The T5 B-Turbo engine, probably the most famous problem engine made by the Volkswagen Audi company, has been causing very high repair costs and making VW fans very unhappy for more than 15 years. Usually mechanics only fix what you can see going wrong, not what's causing the problem in the first place. What happens then? It becomes an expensive trap, unlike any other in German engine history. There are many YouTube videos from people with broken engines and from repair shops, but nobody has made a video explaining how all these engine problems are connected. After fixing more than 300 broken B-Turbo engines, we have found the most serious weak spots. Today we will explain once and for all how to fix these problems so you can turn your VW bus into the long-lasting dream car it should be. The most famous problem with the 2.0 B-Turbo engine is oil consumption. And it's also the most interesting issue because there are many misunderstandings about it. The EGR cooler myth. Many people think the EGR cooler is the only cause of oil consumption. What happens is that the exhaust gases react with the aluminum parts of the cooler, causing them to break and enter the combustion chamber. If you are lucky, these pieces exit through the exhaust. If you are unlucky, they get stuck between the piston and the cylinder wall, causing deep scratches. But here's the truth. Since 2015, there's a new EGR cooler which costs over $1,000 and don't solve this problem. However, engines with this new cooler still suffer from oil consumption and eventually break down. The death spiral of oil consumption. When diesel engines consume oil, it starts a dangerous circle. First, oil enters the combustion chamber and burns hotter than the diesel. This creates oil carbon that clogs the oil scrapper rings. Some combustion gases always leak past the piston rings into the crankcase. It's normal. These gases now containing oil carbon and returned to the intake system. This causes even more oil to enter the combustion chamber. The extra oil in the combustion chamber makes temperature rise. The engine, which is already designed at its thermal limit, reaches oil temperatures of 120 to 140 degrees. This affects oil pressure, which is already too low in these engines. Even at normal operating temperature, 80 degrees, the engine barely reaches half a bar of oil pressure. Low oil pressure means poor lubrication and less cooling. The turbochargers especially hate both low oil pressure and high temperature. This increases wear until oil leaks through the bearing into the combustion chamber and the compressor wheel scrapes against the housing. The root causes. There are three main causes. The EGR cooler, as mentioned, the material pairing between the piston rings and the cylinder wall, which causes increased wear in the upper cylinder area. We have measured up to 0.3 millimeters of piston clearance, causing the piston to tilt and preventing the rings from working properly. Third, too low oil pressure. All three B-Turbo engines have significant less than 1 bar of oil pressure. There are two more causes. First, the material pairing of the piston rings and the cylinder wall, which causes increased wear in the upper cylinder area. We have measured up to 0.3 millimeters piston clearance here. As you can see in the cylinder, we have fresh honed the cylinder wall, and the dark area is the area where the cylinder is much wider than the rest. And this causes the piston to tilt and preventing the rings from working properly. As mentioned before, the efficiency of cooling of the oil of this engine is not sufficient because, as we can see here, the oil pump nearly do anything. Can you put the And as we put the throttle to full gas, the engine or the oil pump produce just 1 bar of oil pressure. So it's nearly nothing for this engine. And it's hard to believe that this engine just run 90,000 kilometers. This bus looks similar. The oil pressure is under 0.4 and For the white bus, we cannot do anything because the engine does not have any oil pressure at all, and we have no solution for this. This engine has to be overhauled completely, and yes, get better components to survive longer in the future. What can we do now to protect this hypersensitive engine? First, we have to say goodbye to the manufacturer's long life intervals and change the oil regularly. By regularly, I mean at least every 15,000 kilometers. Because the oil ages with every heat cycle, the additives breaks down, fuel mixes in, especially with the short trips. This fuel oil mixture keeps increasing. Now if we go on the highway again, sure, at high temperature the oil boils out. If I only drive short distances, well, that's bad. Because the oil ages with every heat cycle, the additives break down. Fuel mixes in, especially with short trips. The dilution lowers viscosity and oil pressure, leading to damage inside the engine. If oil consumption is added to the mix, oil carbon particles end up in the diesel particle filter. It says, hey, I'm full and need to regenerate. Regeneration always means post-injection, that is extra fresh diesel, extra fresh fuel in the combustion chamber. This fresh diesel, which should actually go into the filter, partially ends up on the cylinder walls, washes off the oil, thins it, and even more, increase wear. That's why we should change the oil regularly. To increase the oil pressure, we have just one possibility. We have to change the old balance shaft module with the oil pump to a fresh, new oil pump with high oil pressure. This oil pump delivers 100% more oil pressure than the old one, and that's the only thing we can do to increase the oil pressure to a level the engine can live with. Another thing you can do is to mix your oil with additives to clean it up on the one hand and to get it more robust with special additives which are engineered for longevity. If you follow these precautions, you will transform your bus to a really durable car.